10 vital differences about INTJ and INTP personality type. People often feel there are so many similarities between the INTJ and INTP personalities. Both personalities are commonly referred to as masterminds because of the logical thought process that also seems to limit them socially. These two personality types are probably the most challenging to break down and tell apart. Both INTJ and INTP are intuitive thinkers, making it easy to mistake one personality type for the other. However, if we spend some time looking at INTJs and INTPs in a little more depth, you'll notice that there are more differences than similarities between the two. Number 10. Productivity versus exploration. INTJs are some of the most productive personality types in existence. They often use their secondary function, which is extroverted thinking, to organize a list and then get their work done. INTJs seek to develop new skills that can help them achieve their future goals. On the other hand, INTPs use extroverted intuition, so they tend to focus on exploration and creating ideas. For instance, they will play the devil's advocate to do it. Number 9. Deciding versus rolling with life. INTJs are influential decision makers, where INTJs are more easygoing and laid back. So, if you were to ask an INTJ where to go out to eat, and they give you a strongly voiced opinion, that's perfectly normal. An INTP, on the other hand, is much more likely to tell you that whatever you want is fine. Number 8. Overindulgence versus emotional explosions. INTJs and INTPs both respond differently when they are under enormous amounts of stress. INTJs tend to rely on extroverted sensing when they become stressed, which can cause them to binge eat, binge watch television, drink too much, etc. By comparison, the INTP becomes unusually emotional, which is due to their extroverted feeling function. They'll experience tantrums and emotional explosions that you'll never notice in an INTJ. Number 7. Single focus versus several interests. INTJs are more singularly focused individuals. For instance, if you ask an INTJ what type of music he or she likes best, you'll probably get a 1 or 2 genre response. INTJs are very loyal to a few artists. INTJs tend to be reasonably consistent in their interests and will only give you 1 or 2 reactions when you ask them about anything. That's because INTJs like being experts in the subjects they find interesting. By comparison, INTPs are quite different. An INTP will have a chaotic music collection that features tons of various artists. That's also true of their movies and books. Number 6. Caring about others versus fun with others. While it takes a remarkably long time to get through an INTJ to find that caring side, once they care about you, you'll never have to doubt their exceptionally caring hearts. INTJs care deeply about a few select individuals, and those individuals typically know that their INTJ values them. INTJs don't tend to get too out of hand when they are around others that they value. INTPs can become party animals when they drink some alcohol and go out with some of the friends they care about the most. Some people may be shocked if they aren't used to this side of their INTP. The changes are so massive in an INTP that drinks and parties that many of their close relatives will feel like they don't even recognize them at times. Number 5. Changing actively versus rebelling passively. INTJs are massive problem solvers. If they run into a problem, their productivity kicks in, and they'll find a way to fix it right away. They'll look at all sides of the situation and make a decision. INTJs typically have very high standards set for themselves and are very goal-driven people. INTPs, on the other hand, will brainstorm the problem and figure out many ways to solve the issue, which means they tend to overthink things. Number 4. Progressive conversations versus lost thoughts. INTJs have progressive conversations that include a main idea and end with a conclusion as the resolution. Everything is organized and fluid when they talk to you. Much of this relates to their introverted intuition. Most INTJs are excellent conversation makers. On the other hand, an INTP can speak for so long that they might wind up losing what their main point was. Conversations with INTPs can jump all over the place. Number 3. Personal grooming differences. While INTJs are known for being organizers, That's more of a thought process thing for them. It doesn't mean your INTJ will have the most organized house, office, or appearance. INTJs feel that status is a source that they can use to become more productive. While they may not enjoy status as much as other personality types, they understand the necessity. You won't see INTJs dressing up for extreme status, but they'll put in some time and effort. INTPs, on the other hand, aren't known for organizing much of anything. They are outstanding in not caring about how others perceive them. For the most part, INTPs don't care if they are socially acceptable or not. If they do spend any time caring about how they appear, it's so they can relate a message about not caring. INTPs don't care much about status. Number 2. Emotional differences. Both INTJs and INTPs are thinkers, but that doesn't mean they don't experience emotions. INTJs seem to be more conscious of their feelings, and INTPs are often blinded by their feelings, which can come out unconsciously and in unusual ways when they are under stress. And their emotions are triggered, they can become quite loud and challenging. While INTPs are rational most of the time, when they lose control of their emotions, they can look like they are having a temper tantrum. Stressed out INTJs, on the other hand, don't typically throw tantrums. Instead, they'll start acting childish and they'll overindulge themselves in drugs, partying, or other destructive habits. Number 1. Intellectual integrity versus powerful honesty. INTJs are very intellectual and they have a lot of integrity. When INTJs focus on improving themselves, they can achieve great things. They can develop themselves into durable think tanks that know how to get the job done. INTPs, on the other hand, exhibit an extreme level of honesty about themselves and others. When an INTP can become his or her best, that person can become an innovator and a leader, introducing the world to new ideas. After reviewing the INTJ and INTP personalities, there are certainly some similarities between these two personality types, but there are several differences between them as well. INTPs and INTJs make good friends and excellent marriage partners. Together, these two can recharge the world and shake things up.